Hi, my name is Jim, one of the pastors at Twin Lakes Church. So glad you're joining me today for the video Devo. I work a lot with family ministries, couples, small groups, men's ministry, and recovery, and I'd love to see you at any of those programs at Twin Lakes Church. They're a great way to connect and grow. Hey, I have a question for you. Do you worry? Do you worry about the future? Do you worry about the coming election? Do you worry about loved ones? Well, to some degree, we all worry a little bit, right? And the latest studies show that actually 1/5 of us are chronic worriers. I didn't think I was much of a worrier until a long road trip my family took in an RV. And the farther we got from home and the closer we got to the Canadian border and ultimately where we're heading to Banff, Jasper, and Lake Louise, the more my worry bubbled up. See, what I was doing in my head, I was playing the worst case scenario game. What if the tires blew off the RV? What happens if we hit a deer? What happens if the engine or transmission blow up? What will I do then? All those what ifs rob me of the joy of the present moment. And I believe that's what this verse in Matthew chapter 6, which we studied this last weekend, great sermon on it, is all about. It's what Jesus is telling us not to worry. So let's go ahead and read that passage. It's found in Matthew chapter 6, verse 25. It says, "Therefore, I tell you, do not worry about your life, what you will eat or drink, or about your body, what you will wear. Is not life more than food, and the body more than clothes? Look at the birds of the air. They do not sow, nor reap, or store away in barns, yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not much more valuable than they are? Can any of you, by worrying, add a single hour to your life?" We know the opposite is true, right? By worrying, we take years off our life. "And why do you worry about your clothes? See how the flowers of the field grow? They do not labor or spin. Yet I tell you that not even Solomon in all his splendor is dressed like one of these. If that is how God clothes the grass of the field, which are here today and tomorrow thrown into the fire, he will not much more clothe you, O you of little faith. So do not worry, saying, what shall we eat, or what shall we drink, or what shall we wear? For the pagans run after all these things, and your heavenly Father knows what you need and knows that you need them. But seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well. Therefore, do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own." See, on that long road trip, I was borrowing trouble from tomorrow, things of what ifs that might happen, instead of living in the moment and living in the joy of the moment, living in the joy of being on an amazing family road trip in an RV. And it caused me to be isolated in my head and worry about all those things. So what Jesus is saying here in the Sermon on the Mount is that we need to not worry, but trust. And one of the keys to this passage is actually found in the first verse. In verse 25, it says, "Therefore." The therefore. In seminary, they always taught us, if there's a therefore, check to see what that therefore is there for. And the therefore leads us to the verse before, verse 24. "No one can serve two masters. Either you will hate the one and love the other, or you'll be devoted to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve both God and money." I can't serve both God and money. I will worry if I start thinking that money is God and scenarios are God. And I will grow in trust and faith if I lean into God and trust him. So in your moments of worry, bring him into those. Say, "God, I need your help. You're right here with me. Yeah, you know what I need, and you can help me through this." So, and ultimately, what we need is not God's material blessings, but God's blessing of his presence, which he guarantees that he'll give us. So this week, if you're tempted to worry, invite God into that. Remember who's your master. Your master who loves you and cares for you and is there for you. Your heavenly Father who sent his son because he loved you so much. God bless, and I hope you have a great day. See you around church.